Taking away recess doesn't teach discipline, it teaches resentment. Many people think taking away recess is a quick way to deal with misbehavior, but in reality, it often leads to the opposite of what we hope to achieve. Instead of teaching students how to behave better, it teaches them to be frustrated. Many schools across the U.S. still take away recess as a form of punishment. And according to the CDC, about 1 in 4 elementary schools still use the loss of recess as a disciplinary tool. And even though the practice is common, it doesn't mean that it's effective. The American Academy of Pediatrics makes it very clear that recess is an essential part of the school day. And it's not something that students should have to earn through perfect behavior. When something is essential, it means that children need it every day. Today, I will persuade you why recess should never be taken away as a punishment for students. Because it disrupts their learning and it denies them a very basic developmental need. Children don't misbehave because they need less recess. Most of the time, they misbehave because they actually need more movement and more chance to reset. Recess supports physical, emotional, and social growth. Removing recess almost always does more harm than good. Recess is vital for children's overall health because children are just not meant to sit still all day. Their bodies and their brains are wired to move, explore, and to release energy through movement. According to the AAP, recess improves attention and classroom behavior. And when children return from recess, often they are calmer, more focused, and ready to learn. Harvard Health also reports that outdoor play reduces stress and improves mood. For many kids, recess is the only time during the school day where they actually get to breathe fresh air and relax socially. The NAEYC emphasizes that physical play builds social and emotional skills. Kids learn through taking turns, and they learn how to manage their frustrations and how to handle conflicts and how to share when they're playing with their peers. So when recess is denied, behavioral problems often increase. Instead of helping kids behave better, taking away recess makes them feel more restless, which leads to problems later on throughout the day. So now that we kind of know why recess is essential, let's dive into how taking it away affects the child's learning. So kids actually learn more when they have regular breaks. So removing recess doesn't help them learn, it actually slows down the learning. Stanford University found that students who have regular recess are more focused and engaged in class. Physical activity improves memory and thinking skills. Movement actually increases the blood flow to the brain, which helps problem solving and creativity, which of course all children need. Both Education Week and Washington Post report that schools that protected recess saw better grades and fewer classroom disruptions. So in other words, recess makes the school day smoother for everyone, the student and the teacher. But beyond academics, recess also shapes children's social and emotional skills. Recess builds life skills that can't just be taught by sitting at a desk. Some of the most important lessons children will learn in school don't come from textbooks and teachers. They come from interacting with their peers. The Child Mind Institute says that free play teaches empathy, cooperation, and conflict resolution. And those are skills that the children will use all throughout their life. So when we remove recess, we take away opportunities for them to learn how to use teamwork and communication and problem solving. Kids don't just lose playtime when you take away recess. They lose a chance to grow socially and emotionally. Better options exist rather than taking away recess. We don't need to punish kids by taking away something that will help them succeed. So how about considering better options to manage behavior? Teachers could use strategies like reflection sheets, restorative conversations, or even what they call brain breaks, which is just small breaks throughout the day to help them move and get loose. So these approaches will teach responsibility, and it'll teach the responsibility without taking away the child's healthy outlets, such as recess. Positive reinforcement and goal setting encourages responsibility, and it's shown to be more effective than a punishment where you would take something that the child cares about. UNICEF reminds us that play is a right and not a reward. That means that recess should never be used as something to bargain because it's a basic part of their childhood. So in conclusion, today I have told you why recess is so important and why we should never be taken away as a form of punishment, because it harms the students' learning and social development. Even though it may seem like an easy solution, it usually always causes more problems than what it actually solves. The American Heart Association confirms that physical activity improves focus and mood, and that's exactly what students need to be able to behave well and learn. Guys, recess isn't a privilege. It's a necessity that every child deserves, and if we want children to grow into healthy, confident, successful learners, we have to protect their right to play. Thank you.